Have you ever found yourself in situations where someone's words or actions left you feeling hurt, dismissed, or disrespected? Harsh words that cut like a blade, or actions that show disregard, sparking a fire inside you, consuming your calm. Your instinct is to react, to prove you're not weak, defend your honor, or fight back to restore balance. Yet, when everything settles, you're left feeling drained and regretful, mourning the composure you've lost. If this sounds familiar, know you're not alone. We've all experienced it. Stoicism, an ancient wisdom that has stood the test of time, offers a powerful and subtle answer: silence. In today's world, where immediate reactions to every offense or slight are common, choosing silence becomes an act of incredible strength. It not only shields you from chaos, but also helps you reconnect with yourself and reaffirm your core values. What you're about to hear is more than just theory. It's a compilation of lessons derived from Stoicism and my own personal experiences. Each part of this content holds an essential message that could change the way you view yourself and the world around you. So take a moment for quiet reflection, focus on listening, and don't miss a single part of this journey, because this might be the start of uncovering your true inner strength. Now, let's walk this path together. We often feel an almost automatic urge to react right away. Hurt, anger, or the desire to defend ourselves can surge within us, pushing us to retaliate with words or actions. But take a moment to pause and ask yourself, will reacting really lead to anything meaningful, or are you simply playing into the hands of the person trying to provoke you? In Stoicism, this is the moment to take back control. Instead of responding, silence becomes a powerful choice, a choice that lifts you above the chaos and negativity others attempt to impose on you. Those who act disrespectfully are often looking for a reaction, using it as a way to assert power over you. Their words usually lack true value. They are bait designed to pull you into their whirlwind of negativity. By choosing silence, you refuse to play their game, forcing them to confront their own behavior. Silence here is not a concession. It is a declaration that you do not control my emotions. As Marcus Aurelius wisely stated in Meditations, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Recognize this and you will discover strength. True power lies in your ability to govern your thoughts and emotions. Imagine a real-world scenario. A colleague criticizes you openly during a meeting. Their words are sharp, filled with malice, aiming to humiliate you. Your instinct may be to respond quickly or justify yourself, but instead, you remain silent. You keep your gaze steady on the speaker, your lips unmoving. The room grows quieter, and your calm demeanor stands in stark contrast to your colleague's lack of control and bitterness. In that silence, you've shifted the focus onto them, not for attention, but so they can face their own behavior. Without saying a word, you've already won. Epictetus famously said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." The core of this lesson is that it's not others' actions that define us, but our reactions. By maintaining silence, you preserve your inner peace and turn that silence into a mirror. The person who disrespected you is forced to face their own pettiness and turmoil reflected back at them. And that reflection is often far more uncomfortable than any argument or retaliation could ever be. Without the opportunity to justify themselves or place blame, they are left alone with their own mistakes. Choosing silence is never easy, especially when our instincts urge us to defend ourselves. Yet each time you choose silence over reaction, you affirm that your worth is not dependent on others' respect. Silence is the smarter choice, a way of showing that their disrespect holds no power over you. Ask yourself, do I really need to defend myself against words that lack value? Is it worth my time and energy to argue with someone unworthy of it? Silence, remember, is not weakness. It is the ultimate expression of strength and wisdom. By refusing to react to disrespect, you are declaring, I am the master of my emotions. No one else controls me. In that silence, you not only rise above the situation, but also teach the offender a valuable lesson. Their disrespect harms only them, not you. Through your calmness, you triumph in your own way. Next time you face disrespect, ask yourself, will you react the way they want you to, or will you choose the intelligent and powerful path of silence? The choice is yours, but always keep in mind that your peace is your most valuable asset. Protect it. Choosing not to engage in a pointless battle doesn't mean you're indifferent or weak. Rather, it shows that you're conserving your energy and focus for what truly matters. Even when you master the art of avoiding unnecessary confrontations, there will still be moments that require a response. In these situations, the question isn't just whether to act, but how to act. Reaction and response are often used interchangeably, but they carry significantly different meanings. One arises from emotional outbursts, while the other comes from reason and careful thought. Understanding this difference not only helps you handle disrespect, but it also preserves your dignity and core values in any situation. It's easy to get swept up in moments of anger when faced with insults or offenses. Careless words or thoughtless actions from others can quickly ignite feelings of hurt or indignation. In such moments, reactions often emerge instinctively, impulsive, unfiltered, and driven by raw emotion. But do these reactions truly lead to the results we want, or do they simply escalate the tension, adding fuel to the fire? On the other hand, a response is a thoughtful, intentional action. It requires us to pause, reflect, and choose a course of action that aligns with our values and goals. This is where reason steps in, reminding us that not every provocation deserves a reaction. The Stoics taught us to evaluate the importance of each situation, guiding us to focus only on what truly matters. In this context, silence, according to Stoicism, is one of the most powerful forms of response. Many confuse silence with weakness or avoidance, but it is, in fact, a profound expression of restraint and inner strength. When you choose silence in the face of insult, you refuse to allow someone else's negative emotions to control your state of mind. Silence is not about ignoring the issue. It is about forcing the disrespectful individual to face their behavior without the reinforcement of your reaction. Imagine a loved one lashing out at you in anger. Responding with your own anger only escalates the conflict, but choosing to walk away and reflect in silence can help diffuse the situation. This silence isn't about abandoning the relationship. Rather, it's about preserving mutual respect and creating space for the other person to recognize their mistake. Silence in this case is not an act of giving up, but a way to protect and nurture the bond. However, silence is not the answer in every situation. There are times when silence might be mistaken for acceptance of wrongdoing. It's important to know when silence is a tool for self-preservation, and when speaking up is necessary to uphold your values. If disrespect crosses your core principles or threatens your dignity, speak up, but do so calmly and rationally. The Stoics remind us that speaking wisely when needed is just as crucial as knowing when to stay silent. This not only protects you, but also fosters healthier relationships built on mutual respect. Silence, when practiced consciously, isn't just a response, it's a moment of self-connection. In silence, you can reflect on what truly matters, on what deserves your attention, and on what isn't worth sacrificing your peace of mind. Seneca once said, He who is brave is free. True freedom lies in not letting others control your emotions or actions. Silence is the path to that freedom. Finally, remember that impulsive reactions often lead to regret, while thoughtful responses reflect maturity. When used wisely, silence becomes a powerful tool to maintain your inner peace and dignity. So, when faced with disrespect, ask yourself, is this truly worth disturbing my tranquility? If the answer is no, let your silence speak, a silence more powerful than any words could ever be. When you refuse to let others control your emotions and actions, you regain mastery over your mind, a power that no one can take from you without your consent. But what happens when you're confronted with disrespect? In such moments, silence becomes more than just a tool for maintaining control. It transforms into a powerful means to shift the dynamics. Silence is not avoidance. It's your conscious choice to rise above, preserve your peace, and reaffirm your self-worth. It's like a pause in a symphony, a deliberate stillness that allows reason and dignity to take center stage, rather than impulsive reactions. In that space, you realize that silence not only protects you, but also holds the power to change everything. Remaining silent in the face of disrespect is not a sign of weakness or surrender. On the contrary, it showcases inner strength and self-possession. By choosing silence, you make a profound statement that no one and nothing can dictate your mind or emotions. It's not the disrespect itself that defines you, but how you respond, your choice of silence, that truly shapes who you are. Imagine you're presenting an idea to your team, something you've spent significant time and effort preparing. As you finish, a colleague scoffs and remarks, "This idea is so ordinary, it's nothing special." Your initial reaction might be hurt or anger, but instead of snapping back, you choose to remain silent. In that quiet moment, you gain control over your emotions and give yourself the time to reflect. Is this critique worth engaging with, or is it just a fleeting emotional response? Silence helps you avoid unnecessary conflict while prompting the other person to reflect on their own actions. When you do speak, your composure and rationality will make you far more persuasive and admirable. Silence also sets a standard for how others treat you. Consider a child constantly criticized by their parents with harsh words like, "You'll never amount to anything." Reacting with anger would likely escalate the situation, increasing the emotional strain. But choosing silence sends a clear message. You reject disrespect, but you also refuse to be dragged into negativity. In that silence, you create space to reflect and decide on the best course of action moving forward. Silence isn't about condoning disrespect. It's about protecting your inner peace, rising above negativity, and affirming your self-worth. Think back to a time when a stranger insulted you in public, hurling irrational accusations to provoke a reaction. If you chose to remain silent and walk away, you didn't just avoid conflict. You sent a powerful message that their words held no power over you. As Seneca wisely said, anger, if not restrained, is frequently more hurtful to us than the injury that provokes it. In these moments, silence becomes your greatest defense, shielding both your dignity and your mind. Silence also offers a profound gift, the time and space to reflect on your true worth. You don't need to prove anything to those who fail to respect you. Marcus Aurelius expressed this perfectly in Meditations. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be one. Instead of dwelling on criticism or misunderstandings, focus on becoming the best version of yourself. By staying silent, you align with your values, rather than letting others' judgments shake your resolve. The next time you are disrespected or insulted, ask yourself, what can this silence protect for me? Do I truly need to respond? Silence is not an end, but a powerful step toward asserting your values and taking control of your life. It is the ultimate expression of freedom, freedom from unnecessary conflict, and the freedom to live a life worthy of your deepest principles. Silence is not just a way to set boundaries, it's also an opportunity to reconnect with yourself. When you choose not to react to insults or provocations, you're not just distancing yourself from chaos, you're creating space for self-reflection. In that quiet moment, you start to realize what truly matters. This is not merely about protecting yourself, but about discovering who you are at your core. The ultimate lesson that Stoicism imparts is not just to stay silent in the face of others, but to embrace silence as a tool for gaining a deeper understanding of yourself. In that stillness, you don't just find peace, you reconnect with the values and principles that define who you are. When someone disrespects you, your immediate reaction might be anger, hurt, or even doubt about your own self-worth. Their harsh words can feel like direct attacks on your most cherished values. Your instinct may drive you to respond, to defend yourself, but take a moment to pause. Ask yourself, what would happen if I didn't react right away? What could change if I chose silence instead? In moments like these, silence is not just about holding back. It's an invitation to step away from the emotional storm and look inward with clarity. This silence is a gift. It gives you the space to reflect. What do I truly stand for? What do I believe in? By resisting the impulse to react, you might come to realize that not every argument deserves your energy or time. In life, we're often pulled into petty conflicts and trivial exchanges that do little to nurture our growth or peace. You might think that reacting will protect your dignity, but does it really make you feel better, or does it drag you deeper into a cycle of exhaustion and frustration? Let silence serve as a much-needed pause, giving you the chance to realign with your core values. If kindness is important to you, will harsh words truly strengthen you, or will they distance you from that ideal? If you value calmness, does anger truly justify itself, or does it leave you with a bitter aftertaste? Epictetus once said, "If someone succeeds in provoking you, realize that your mind is complicit in the provocation." Insults, no matter how sharp, only have power if you allow them to. In silence, you reclaim that power. Silence is not merely about refusing to engage in chaos. It's a mirror reflecting your deepest values. It reminds you that honor cannot be stripped away by a simple insult, and that your self-worth is not shattered by fleeting words. In that stillness, you understand that true peace does not come from proving yourself right to others, but from staying true to who you are. Sometimes the most powerful statement you can make is simply to remain silent. Think back to the last time you were insulted. If you reacted, did the outcome bring you peace? And if you stayed silent, did it leave you feeling stronger? Stoicism doesn't teach us to avoid confrontation, but to face chaos without letting it obscure our true selves. Silence is not a retreat, it is strength. It's a way to stand firm in the values you believe in. In a world full of noise, pressures and disrespect, silence is more than just an action. It's a declaration. It declares that you know who you are, that you don't need to prove yourself to anyone, and that you choose to protect the peace within your soul. The next time you face an insult, pause and ask yourself, is this worth losing my peace over? And remember, silence is not just a means of preserving your strength. It's a path to rediscovering yourself. Silence stands as one of the most powerful tools when confronting disrespect, whether it's about regaining control over your emotions, affirming your self-worth, or establishing firm boundaries. Silence isn't a form of avoidance, but rather the ultimate demonstration of strength and self-awareness. Remember, you don't need to react to everything to validate your worth. Your true value is shown in the way you live and how you preserve inner peace amidst the chaos around you. If you found this video helpful but haven't liked it yet, please do so now to help spread these meaningful messages to a wider audience. Share your thoughts in the comments below as your insights and reflections inspire future content. Don't forget to pass this video along to your loved ones. They too deserve to uncover the inner strength found in Stoicism. Lastly, hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell, because more inspiring videos are coming your way to guide you on the journey of mastering your mind and life. Thank you for being here with me today.